Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I know you're all very excited to talk about that terrific speech that Teresa just gave, and I would like to offer her a personal thank you as well. Good afternoon again. I'm Anne LeBourgeois, co-founder and managing director of Hamilton Advisors, a strategic communications firm, and co-chief judge of the 2016 AmCham Women of Influence Awards. We're now arriving at the exciting culmination of the conference, and I'm delighted to be able to kick off the awards presentation. First of all, let me say what an honor it has been to serve in this role and to work with three wonderful panels of judges, with the dedicated AmCham staff, and finally with my fellow co-chief judges, Anne O'Riordan and Abby DeLacio. Deepest thanks to all of you. This year, I had the pleasure of overseeing awards for Young Achiever of the Year, Master of the Arts, and Champion for the Advancement of Women. I have to say, I loved all of these categories. And in each case, the caliber of the nominees was absolutely outstanding, making the judges' deliberations most challenging. I was really inspired by the time and thoughtful care that the 9 exemplary judges devoted to the final selection of our terrific awardees. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our 2016 sponsors who will present the first 2 awards. Those are Joyce Louie, Vice President, Harvest Global Investments Limited, who will present the Young Achiever of the Year Award, followed by George Chun, Head of Public Policy, Hong Kong and Taiwan, Facebook Hong Kong Limited, who will present the Master of the Arts Award. And you'll see me rebound up here to present the 3rd category, the Champion for the Advancement of Women. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to announce the winner of the 2016 Young Achiever of the Year Award. And the winner is Ms. Sandra Leung, COO, Market Development Division, Hong Kong Exchanges and Clearing Limited. So.
Wow. Thank you very much for the kind introduction. Again, my bio is on there, so I won't go into that much of my own introduction. But thank you again, AmCham, for this amazing recognition, especially amongst a company of so many inspiring female and male leaders. Winning this Young Achiever Award today means a lot to me. It confirms the direction I am headed and gives me fuel to carry on doing what I am doing, knowing that I am no longer on my own, but carrying with me the recognition and trust from all of you. I hope to, in my day job as COO of the Market Development Division at the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, continue to help promote the growth and stability of the economy in Hong Kong, where I was born and raised, which, as a matter of fact, is also closely intertwined with many of the social issues upon which I am passionately trying to effect change outside of work. More importantly, this recognition is a testament to my belief that achievers are not only those who build huge businesses or climb all the mountains in the world, but there are also people who start with figuring out what is most important to them, what matters most, then effectively leveraging upon their own network and resources, their knowledge and goodness, to do something every day to advance that goal, while at the same time seizing any opportunity along the way to make a difference and give back to the community. There's no better time to be young in the world than now, to dream and to effect change. The society is more open, opportunities are plentiful, infrastructure and technology has practically shrunk the world into the size of an iPhone. However, young leaders, male or female, must learn to channel their energy and desire for change through positive means. What hurts most about recent events around the world is that too much focus is being placed on exclusion and not inclusion, separation and not togetherness, hatred and not love and empathy. Particularly for us young female leaders, though many of us may be disappointed that the glass ceiling remains intact post the US elections, we should celebrate the 59.8 million cracks in it and transform our despair into motivation to continue to equip ourselves and further develop our potential and voice through our work or education, to persevere and work hard, to have a clear sense of why all this hard work matters, and then try again next time with a stronger and louder hammer. Instead of focusing on what we lack, female leaders need to understand the unique strengths and skill sets that women have and fully utilize them. We should, in Hillary Clinton's words, never doubt that we are valuable and powerful and deserving of every chance and opportunity in the world to pursue and achieve our own dreams. I would also hereby like to take the opportunity to thank Angelina Kwan and Teresa Teague for nominating me for this award. Both of them are phenomenal female role models whom I look up to, who really are able to have it all, and most importantly, who do so much in mentoring and inspiring young women. They teach me what achievement really means. I would also like to thank all my other female and male champions, some are in the room, especially on the Gourmet table, where I previously worked prior to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. They have provided me with such a strong support network and platform to grow and to pursue my dreams. And last but not least, I would like to thank my parents who, since I have young, preached to me regularly that life is unfair. Yet they have never treated me differently from my two brothers and have always encouraged me to fully utilize my potential, even though that meant they had to stay up late or wonder where in the world their young investment banking daughter had traveled to. Thank you again for the honor to be here today.
Good afternoon, everyone. The envelope says confidential, so it's the real deal. I'm here to announce the Master of the Arts Award. It will be awarded to a woman who is the leading personality in the arts business in Hong Kong. And the winner of the 2016 Master of the Arts goes to Sandra L. Waters, Director of Sandra Waters Consultancy. Congratulations. Let's welcome Sandra to the stage to accept the award.
Thank you so much. I'm overwhelmed being here today with so many outstanding participants and speakers. My heart is full, really. Thank you so much. It's very meaningful. First of all, I would really like to thank the Chamber of Commerce, the American Chamber of Commerce, for this wonderful program. It's so outstanding. And a big thank you to the Committee of the Women of Influence. I appreciate all your thoughtfulness and this award, this very prestigious award. My gratitude also goes, of course, to my nominator, who was a man, Steve DeCray, and he was my champion because I met him when he was championing to have the first woman in his Rotary, and I thought he was wonderful, and we've been such good friends ever since.
And of course, I thank everyone else who's put in a lot of time to complete the nomination. I know what a thoughtful group you must be, and I know there are many outstanding people out there, and I'm humbled, really, by your choice. Thank you so much. And of course, I could not ignore my ever-supporting teammate, which I learned today. He's been wonderful. My husband of almost 50 years, who I know has always supported every odd idea or creative idea I have ever had. And I'm extremely grateful to Richard. Thank you. Throughout my career in the art world, I've endeavored to develop an appreciation and a respect for artists and the arts. I have had barriers to cross and hurdles to jump over, and only through sheer determination and effort is one actually ever rewarded. And today I feel that it was all worth it. I commend women of influence for their efforts and as they champion the advancement of women. They are really soon going to hold up more than half the sky. And they really have worked hard to improve discrimination where it is in the work world, and of course, even in the political spheres. When a highly qualified woman of leadership abilities is defeated by rumors, bias, and bigotry, we know we still have a long way to go, but I remain ever hopeful. That makes us realize that we are giving 100% is not enough. Women must give 110%, and I know we can do it. All my employees over the last 45 years have all but one been women. Why? The men might ask. Was this gender bias? No, of course not. It was because I know that the women could get the job done with the sensitivity the position required. At least 7 of these women are still working in the art field, or at least most of them still earn their living and pursue their passions in it. Mentorship is important. It's important to educate, aid, and guide our young women today. We need to take them along the paths of their chosen careers with our guidance. May we always remember the positive effect we can have on others simply by giving them our time and our attention. I really congratulate the other recipients of the awards tonight. I think it's befitting that I probably followed the youngest entrepreneur awardee, and I'm sure I'm the most senior. But it's a wonderful experience. Thank you all so much. And my heartfelt thanks to the Women of Influence for the prestigious award and recognizing my dedication to the development of the visual arts in Hong Kong over the last 45 years. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. Now, it gives me great special pleasure to present the champion of the advancement of women to Mr. Bin Wei, CEO, Macquarie Group Asia. This award is awarded to a man who leads the way in empowerment, inclusion, and development of women. Unfortunately, Ben is not here today to accept the award in person. So I would like to welcome Ben's wife, Samantha Sorensen, Lower Primary Associate Principal at HKIS, to accept this much-deserved award on behalf of Ben. I would like to say one more word. It seems especially fitting since Ben told me that all he does as a champion is inspired by his wife. I was very touched by that.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. It's such a pleasure to be here with you. I'm so proud of my husband and the work that he does. So thank you to all the women of influence who are here and the men as well. Thank you to the American Chamber. I know that Ben apologizes that he's in New York at the moment and wishes he was here. I also know that he would say that this award is really shared with his colleagues from the Macquarie Group, who work every day to have a culture of inclusiveness and who champion diversity in their teams. He is so honoured and loves the work that he does with the people at the Macquarie Group and who he works with. So thank you to all those people as well. I think many of our speakers have talked about the recent events in the world. And I know one of the questions that Ben often gets asked in his role is, why are you so passionate about diversity in your teams? And sometimes we discuss this and we're kind of still wondering, why are we still having this conversation? Why are we still being asked this question? And I pivot to my own daughters who are 15 and 12, and I really want to have a strong answer that I can give to them. And in the current day and age, I think we need to repeat that answer over and over again. I was reading the New York Times this past week, and one of the opinion pieces that I really just wanted to share a little bit with you is, and I quote some of it, so I want our daughters, and in fact I want everyone's daughters, to feel that blazing pride, that affirmation of their boundless capabilities, not from their husbands, but from their world and from their workplaces and from their schools and universities. And most importantly, I want them to have that boundless involuntary of certainty that comes from way within. And that's the answer I want to give every time someone asks me, why shouldn't we be passionate about gender diversity? I want my daughters to have the opportunities to show their boundless capabilities in anything that they do, and I want that for your daughters too. So thank you to all the women who are here and champion the ability for my daughters to show that boundless capability, and thank you to the men as well, and I'm really proud of my husband for receiving this award. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I'm Abby D'Alessio, Senior Consultant, Asia Pacific for Triangle Associates and Educational Consultancy. And I'm the second of 3 co-chief judges of this year's Women of Influence Awards. And it's been an honor and a privilege to work with Anne LaBourgeois and Aaron O'Riordan on this worthy and rewarding endeavor. My deepest thanks to them and to the Jennifers, to Jennifer Wilson and Jennifer Parks, and to AmCham for having provided the opportunity. The categories for which I'm responsible are Entrepreneur of the Year, Nonprofit Leader of the Year, and Leading Women on Boards. We were blessed with a surfeit of candidates for the Entrepreneur and Nonprofit Leader categories, all women with the highest levels of talent, integrity, and impact. As Anne said, choosing the award winner from among them was not easy. Unfortunately, we did not receive any nominations for Leading Women on Boards, a void which we hope will be filled next year. We know there are a great number of women out there doing terrific work, and we look forward to recognizing and honoring them next year. Like Anne, I was also fortunate enough to work with outstanding teams of judges, each individual just terrific and extraordinary in their own right. Their dedication and devotion to the task and to the judging process was extraordinary and was an inspiration to behold. I'm deeply grateful to each of them for their insight and their perspective and for their generosity of time, talent, and spirit. So I would now like to introduce the next two sponsors who will be presenting awards. First, Sanjeev Chatrath, Managing Director, Region Head, Asia, Financial and Risk from Thomson Reuters, who will be presenting the Entrepreneur of the Year Award, and he will be followed by Faustina Chu, Head of Human Resources, Asia Pacific BNY Mellon, who will be presenting the Nonprofit Leader of the Year Award.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It is an absolute honor and a pleasure to be here today. I have the privilege of introducing the Entrepreneur of the Year Award. And coincidentally, I had an opportunity to meet with her very recently at one of the AmCham charity dinners. And I must say, she was an absolute inspiration. I was buzzing after meeting her the first time. Laurie Granito, Managing Director with Gourmet Group of Companies, Kitchen Sink, Culinary.
Okay, I'm going to put my granny glasses on. I actually feel like I should have one of those wow face emojis, even though I'm one of the least techie people you'll ever meet. It is truly an honor to be awarded the AmCham Women of Influence Entrepreneur of the Year Award, and to be nominated with so many other stellar, incredible nominees. I'd like to thank AmCham, my nominators, and actually I didn't know that I was nominated, so this was a real surprise, and the judges for their thoughtful processes in doing this. And I'd also like to thank my husband for sort of being my ride or die on every crazy business idea I have ever come up with. To be honest, it feels like a bit of tonic for the soul to be in a room full of so many amazing, talented, and dynamic women, especially this week, and men, a few of you. I started this week watching the bravest woman that I know, my mom, and the original entrepreneur in our family, sail through her last and toughest stage of major surgery in her battle with cancer. She's doing good. By midweek, I watched one of the most accomplished women in world politics fall short of the mark again, but still etching many significant more cracks in that ultimate glass ceiling. I also watched her graciously face disappointment, as well as many of us as well, but still continuing to inspire many young women and girls like my teenage daughter and our young award winner, Sandra. And though she said it, I think it bears repeating. One of the most inspiring things she said was that we should tell those young people to never doubt that they are valuable and powerful and deserving of every chance and opportunity to pursue and achieve their own dreams. Thank you. Now, being an entrepreneur means riding the highs and lows of successes and failures, and it can be a lonely endeavor sometimes. And I actually used to think that I was an entrepreneur by default, primarily because I was such a horrible employee. But I came to understand that my motivation, like many other female entrepreneurs, was our desire to realize that the only glass ceiling that we needed to worry about shattering were the ones that we set ourselves in the form of our own goals and dreams. And this is why I think it is important for all of us to remember to reach back, lean in, and lift each other up. And that could mean helping someone who is new to your profession, taking the time to have coffee with someone and sharing your experience and wisdom, or just supporting other women-owned businesses. Because as women in business, it may sometimes seem that the challenges and disappointments that we face outweigh more often the accolades and rewards. But despite this, we must persevere, and I believe that we must embrace collaboration much more than competition, and ultimately understand that we rise higher when we rise together. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure and honor to be here, to be part of this great event. And more important is to announce the Non-Profit Leader of the Year Award winner. Okay, so the winner of the 2016 Non-Profit Leader of the Year is Jenny Bowen, founder and CEO of OneSky for All Children. Congratulations, Jenny.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much to the American Chamber. Whoops, sorry. And thank you to Jennifer Parks for the nomination. In 2007, I was so very, very honored to receive the Women of Influence Entrepreneur of the Year Award. But to be honest, I felt a little bit like the honor wasn't deserved, that I was a bit of an imposter. Despite the fact that Half the Sky, that's our organization's former name, was almost 10 years old, we were still very much a startup, doing the best we could to make life better for many thousands of abandoned baby girls in China. Let's just say it wasn't always smooth sailing. China presented us with more than a few challenges, and I'll confess, sometimes it felt like one step forward, 10 steps backwards. I still remember thanking AmCham that afternoon and thanking the children we serve, and then just choking with tears. Somebody, thank you, Tom Gorman, if you're here, somebody actually saw what we were trying to do. A lot has happened since that day. Today, we are called OneSky for All Children, and besides transforming the lives of 138,000 orphaned and abandoned children in China, we've co-trained with the Chinese government 21,000 caregivers in what is now a proven methodology. Our approach has been adopted by the Chinese government and has become the national standard for orphan care in China. Not only that, we've taken what we've learned and we've designed programs to provide nurturing care that benefits little children left behind in rural villages. Only 2 years in, and already we've given a second chance to over 5,000 toddlers and preschoolers in 46 rural villages in China. Next year, in Vietnam, also in partnership with government, we'll open the first early learning center for the children of migrant factory workers, workers who work long hours, bringing prosperity to their country. And coming soon, a new OneSky Early Learning Center and training base right here in Hong Kong. So, I accept this honor on behalf of millions of little children still waiting for help. Recognition like this gives our work credibility and a place at the table, and truly means more than I can express, because it will help us in unexpected ways. And this time, I'm proud to say, this time I actually think we deserve it. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I'm Anne O'Riordan. I am the last of the three chief judges. I am with Accenture. I'm a senior managing director, and I look after our global practice, which deals with the life sciences companies. This is my 7th year of judging of these particular awards, and I am just always humbled by this event. It is tremendous to watch the people who enter, who are nominated, the people who are behind them, the nominees, quite frankly, who support them. And obviously, what you see here on stage is the passion and the conviction of the people who lead in our society. And I just think Hong Kong is an amazing place, and we have phenomenal talent. So I had the pleasure of doing 3 awards this year. I had the Professional of the Year Award, I had the Company of the Year Award, and I had the Lifetime Achievement Award. Each one of these involved a set of judges who I want to thank for their very, very hard work going through all of the nominees. We had a very, very large number in some of these categories this year, and 9 fabulous judges who did a great job. We also have an external due diligence agency. After all the judges have made their decisions, we have a group that works with us, which goes through a very extensive due diligence process. I want to thank them because they do that work for us for free, and it's very, very much appreciated and adds a lot of integrity to our process. So without further ado, I am going to introduce the 3 people, sponsors who are going to introduce these awards. So Kimberly Cole, who's the head of sales at Thomson Reuters, is going to introduce the Professional of the Year. We will have Malcolm Kay, who is the superintendent of Stanford American School, introducing the Best Company of the Year. And then we have the privilege of Stephen Lackey, who is the vice chairman of AmCham, introducing the final award, which will be the Lifetime Achievement Award. So over to the professionals.
So it's my honour to be able to hand over the mantle of Professional of the Year this year. The Professional of the Year is awarded to a woman who has successfully become an influential and leading professional in her chosen field. The winner of the 2016 Professional of the Year is Stephanie Hui, Head of Merchant Banking Division in Asia Pacific, ex-Japan for Goldman Sachs.
Thank you, AmCham, for this honor. It's a great honor to be among the distinguished guests here, and also thank you to the judges for this important award. We're living in very unpredictable and anxiety-provoking times, and I'm very grateful for 3 elements that anchor my life and give me energy and passion. The first one is to the team at Goldman. I'm what they call a Goldman lifer. I'm a local Hong Kong Chinese, grew up here, and then I joined Goldman after Harvard undergrad in 1995, so you can figure out the age right now. And I stumbled into finance. I never really expected to join. I was going to be a doctor. And they took me under their wings, identified me early in the process, and gave me bigger and bigger jobs every few years. And today, I'm running the private equity business, which is a multi-billion-dollar business for the firm, and they're still encouraging me to jump higher every day. So thank you to Goldman. And there's a cameraman somewhere around here who's my husband. Thank you to him. He's always listening. He does not always agree, but he always listens and stands by my side. 4 years ago, in 2013, I was sitting in the audience when he received the Executive of the Year award by SCMP, and today he is here to cheer me on. Thank you, Harold. I have to thank my parents-in-law, as well as my parents, because we could not have raised 3 boys and maintained our sanity without their help and unwavering support. And I have to thank my boys, because they put up with imperfections and they knew exactly how to improvise when a back lunch was missing. And to Sume, Rita, Susan over at the Women's Foundation, as well as Amy and Michael over at Save the Children. I have learned a tremendous amount from you being one of your board members. I do sit on multiple corporate boards, but have not learned as much than on the non-corporate boards. It is through your outstanding leadership that I stayed anchored and humbled, and I'm intensely, acutely aware of how much still needs to be done in order for us to level the playing field. And I cannot close today without quotes about the election. So here's a tweet that went viral from a college student, and it's about Donald Trump. Sorry, I had to start with that first. Donald Trump is a reminder that you should apply for that job you want, even if you don't have the experience. This award gives me the courage to keep charging ahead, go into uncharted territories, and to make more of an impact, to pay it forward. And I will close with a quote from Hillary Clinton. Fighting for what's right is worth it. Thank you, AmCham.
The Best Company Award for Women is awarded to a company that has shown outstanding achievement in supporting the development of women in business and providing innovative work-life programs to enable women to pursue careers. This company will have operations in Hong Kong and must have a clear and strong link with Hong Kong. Therefore, the winner of the 2016 Best Company for Women is Marriott International. And I would like to welcome the Chief Legal Counsel, Asia Pacific for Marriott International, to collect the award, Yibing Mao.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Marriott International, I'm honored to be here to accept the award from AmCham for the Best Company for Women in Asia Pacific. Across Asia Pacific, over 40% of our leaders, which are manager level and above, and Marriott are women. We have significantly increased our focus on developing and inspiring women in the past 3 years through our Women in Leadership programs. Our programs focus very simply on getting women together to network and to share their experiences. We believe that the most powerful way to elevate women leaders is by seeing and hearing other women's experiences and to share with other women leaders who have traveled a similar path. We have been able to, through our programs and our efforts, impact hundreds of women at all levels at our properties. And we aspire to lead our industry in continuing to be the #1 place for women to work. We thank you again for honoring us. Thank you.
Thank you. Before I get to the final award, I want to congratulate one of the previous award winners because this person actually has touched our family's life, and that's Sandra Walters. Our daughter came to Hong Kong a few years ago and entered the art world. And I have to thank Sandra for being a mentor and guide to somebody who grew up and I think did a relatively good job, and she's just recently moved to Boston. But thank you, Sandra. Anyway, it is my honor to present the Lifetime Achievement Award today. And if I think about the words that I've heard through the course of the day, it couldn't wrap this person more. The first was integrity. The second was passion. And the third is service. So the Lifetime Achievement Award is awarded to a woman who is a leading personality in a non-for-profit, nonprofit NGO and other community service organization for over 40 years. And this person is in fact somebody who has been of incredible service to the place that we have all grown to love, which is Hong Kong. And that's the Honorable Anson Chan.
Good afternoon, everyone. In the late years of a 50-year career in the public eye, it is a particular pleasure to be standing here to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award. And I'd like to thank the AmCham Women of Influence Committee for this honor, and I'd like to thank Beverly Sun for nominating me. In my 50-year career, I've made some right decisions. A few good decisions I had to be persuaded to make, and I've made a few wrong decisions. I owe my achievements to, first of all, a family who gave me a first-class education and a strong grounding in moral values. Secondly, I owe a huge debt to my mentors and my bosses, most of whom were men, for leading by example, for always having my back. And thirdly, but not least, I owe a huge debt to my colleagues and to my subordinates for their staunch and unequivocal support, and for always being a part of the team in good times and in bad. To the women in this room, and for that matter, the men, I'd like to say this. In the words of John Donne, the English poet, no man is an island entire of itself. On our own as an individual, no matter what our achievements, I think our impact is limited. But if we all pick up the right pebbles and throw them in the right direction, then that impact would be manifested manifold. So I urge all the women and all the men to join hands to make Hong Kong a better place for all. I think today's achievement is a very good illustration of how, despite one's age, if you have passion, commitment, and conviction, then you can make a difference. Thank you very much for this honor.